Hello, viewers of Jonathan George Villaria's Watch Emporium. I am Jonathan George Villaria, and I am excited to share with you how we can expand our knowledge of the world through the English language. Our videos cover a range of topics such as literature, history, science, and more, to provide you with a well-rounded learning experience. Regardless of whether you are a beginner or an experienced learner, our expertly curated videos offer captivating and enlightening content to help you enhance your language proficiency. And I'm thrilled to share with you today a topic that has shaped the course of modern history, World War II. As a passionate historian, I believe that understanding the events of the past can help us navigate to the complexities of the present and build the bright future. Now, let's dive into the details of World War II. This global conflict fought between 1939 to 1945 involved the world's major powers and marked one of the most catastrophic events in human history. This devastating war fought from 1939 to 1945 involved nearly every country in the world and resulted in the loss of millions of lives. But beyond the numbers, World War II also had a profound impact on the course of human civilization and the development of our modern world. So let's dive in and explore this complex and fascinating topic together. The war began when Germany, under the leadership of Adolf Hitler, invaded Poland, which led to Britain and France declaring war on Germany. This triggered a chain of events that saw countries across the globe divided into two opposing alliances: the Allies and the Axis powers. The Allies consisting of the United States, Great Britain, and Soviet Union and other countries fought against the Axis powers led by Germany, Italy, and Japan. The war was fought on multiple fronts including Europe, Africa, and Asia, with major battles such as the battles of Stalingrad and Normandy landings becoming iconic moments in history. The war saw the use of devastating weapons and tactics such as strategic bombing, kamikaze attacks, and the use of atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The war had profound social, economic, and political consequences, including the formation of the United Nations, the establishment of Israel, and the beginning of the Cold War. It also led to the deaths of millions of soldiers and civilians and the displacements of millions more. Despite the horrors of the war, it also saw significant advancements in technology and science, including the development of radar, jet engines, and penicillin. The war also sparked a surge in women's employment and catalyzed the civil rights movement in the United States. One of the most significant events of World War II was the Allied powers' victory, which brought an end to the war. The Allies' victory was largely due to their strategic and military advantages, such as superior air and naval power, as well as their ability to mobilize resources and manpower on a global scale. The D-Day invasion of Normandy in 1944 is often cited as a turning point in the war, as it marked the beginning of the Allies' push into Nazi-occupied Europe. The aftermath of the war was marked by the trials of war criminals, the division of Germany, and the formation of the Iron Curtain, and the beginning of the Cold War. The war also had significant economic consequences, with the devastation of many European countries leading to the formation of the Marshall Plan, a massive aid program to rebuild Europe. In addition, the war accelerated the decolonization of many parts of the world, as foreign colonial powers like Britain and France were weakened by the war. World War II also had a profound impact on art, culture, and literature. The war inspired some of the greatest works of literature and film, such as Anne Frank's diary and the movie Casablanca. The war also had a lasting impact on the visual arts, with many artists exploring themes of trauma, loss, and destruction in their work. Thank you for joining me on this episode. Your questions, comments, and feedbacks are always welcome and appreciated. So please don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, please do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more interesting and enlightening content. By hitting the notification bell, you'll be sure to never miss any of our exciting and thought-provoking episodes. Don't forget to share our channel with your friends and family who may also find our content beneficial. We are committed to providing you with high quality, well researched, and engaging content that will help you improve your English language skills and expand your knowledge.